Hello everyone. Another week flies by in the world of NFTs, and on this NFT market update, we're going to go over the state of the marketplace and then talk about a few red flags that we look to avoid when investing in NFTs. So as we always do, my name is Sam, and welcome to this week's episode of NFTs Unlocked. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Please, before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button too, turn on the bell for notifications. This way, more people can get to watch some of these videos and we can spread that joy and love throughout the NFT community. So now that we've taken care of the boring stuff, let's jump right in, check out the state of the NFT marketplace, and see what's going on in the industry today. All right, everybody, let's check in to the state of the NFT marketplace, check out some analytics of what we got going on in the market. So like we said on one of our last videos, January we're coming off a record high in NFT sales, OpenSea monthly volume, right? Almost hitting $5 billion. So we're taking a snapshot today, as of today, which is February 21st, President's Day. We're at $2.85 billion traded this month, right? So we know February is a short month, right? We only have a week left, but we've only just eclipsed that halfway mark of January's record high, right? So we're taking a bit of a dip in terms of monthly volume that we're seeing, right? Okay, so then if we look over to OpenSea daily volume, right, we can see these record highs, these huge big bars right at the end of January, early February, and it's been on a steady decline, right? We had two outliers. Looks like the 12th and the 13th, and then other than that, barely getting over that 100 million per day monthly volume traded in Ethereum, right? It's slowly kind of declining right now. So we can still see that there is still a pretty steep increase in total OpenSea traders over time, right? We're just hitting that 1.3 million mark, meaning people are still coming to OpenSea. It's still opening up to new users, but we're starting to see a decline in terms of monthly trading volume, right? So let's go over to OpenSea. We're gonna check out the rankings of top NFTs by volume, right? So this is volume traded over time. We're looking, you can see total volume traded, you can see 24-hour price decrease, you can see 7-day price decrease, and then we can also see the floor volume in here. So, one of the recent rockets that has been really kind of taking the NFT world by storm is NFT Worlds. They're building their own metaverse, right? So you can buy these plots of land where projects will be able to build games, other types of metaverse things that you can do there, and you can own that plot of land in their metaverse, which uses a world token, right? So we're seeing a big increase in metaverse land parcels, right? So we have NFT Worlds shooting up. Look at that. 211% increase over 7 days. They're at a 17.9 floor. They're shooting right up. If we keep looking through some of the rankings here, we have Sandbox doing pretty well, a slight decrease over time. We have World Wide Webland, which is another metaverse, again, rocketing up 431%. Keep going. I know there's another one on here. Decentraland, quick price increase in the last 24 hours. They're looking at a 4.8 floor. Oh, Metroverse, again, 136% increase over 7 days. They're at a 1.81 floor. So we're starting to see a trend that Metaverse land is starting to take a huge upward trajectory, because whether it's, their partnerships with other projects, whether their technology is getting better, people are gravitating towards getting land in these types of metaverses soon, right? Because in the next year or two, I anticipate a lot more games, a lot more NFTs going to be metaverse friendly, and we'll start to really see, people who have bought this land starting to get some serious returns, starting to see this payoff where they can build games, they can build buildings, whatever it is in those respective metaverses. So as I said before, the NFT market is taking a little bit of a drawback compared to those January, December highs, right? We're starting to see that monthly trading volume go down a little bit. So what I'm doing during this time is, again, just kind of trying to keep an eye out for some projects that I've had my eye on for a while that may be decreasing in price, that may be getting into a point where, or that may be dropping to a value where I can jump in, right? Because some of these projects I really love, but I'm priced out at this point. So we're always monitoring these OpenSea rankings, right? And we're always looking for something that we've had our eye on, prices down, we're going to jump right in there. So I said we'd be talking about red flags to look for when investing in NFTs, but I would be remiss to not mention the big news that happened over the weekend, this past weekend, with regards to OpenSea, right? So if you're in the NFT community, if you're on NFT Twitter, I'm sure you've heard about this, but OpenSea was subject to a phishing email attack over the weekend. So if you're looking to learn more about the nitty-gritty details, right, you really want to learn exactly what happened, please, I implore you to check out this article over here, and it has a great explanation of what actually happened. But long story short is that there was a series of phishing email attacks where scammers got into the OpenSea smart contract and were able to pull out a lot of valuable NFTs from certain people's wallets, right? So again, that's terrible. Nobody wants to see their NFTs be stolen like that, especially something valuable if they had a Bored Ape or a Mutant Ape, something like that. But it seems that the attack was limited to only a select few of customers. But this brings up a larger issue, right? The technology and infrastructure to support mainstream adoption of NFTs is just not there yet, right? OpenSea is riddled with bugs. They're subject to hackers. I mean, yes, it's the #1 trading platform for NFTs, but I feel like the market is looking for some sort of competitor, somebody who can come out there and capture the space, because OpenSea is not satisfying the market needs right now, right? I've scoured Twitter for people who have been affected by this attack, and it seems they can't get a hold of OpenSea support. OpenSea is being very dismissive of the whole attack, and, it's something that's rocked the NFT community because this is hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions of dollars that's been stolen from people. And because this industry is so new, unregulated, there's not a ton of infrastructure in place to help safeguard from scammers, these people might be out of luck. They might never be able to retrieve some of those assets, right? So my first tip here for you is this only illustrates that if you have really valuable NFTs or you have a large investment into crypto, it's really important that you get a cold wallet. Now, a cold wallet is a piece of hard drive, kind of like a flash drive, that will store your crypto assets and NFTs off your computer, right? So we use MetaMask. I'm sure you guys use MetaMask too. That's how you interact with OpenSea and other websites to mint things like that. That's what's called a hot wallet because it's hosted on the internet, but it's very susceptible to hackers. So if you have anything really truly valuable that could really mean financial ruin if you lose, it's best to get that cold wallet in there. But in general, OpenSea really not doing it for everybody right now, so I'm waiting for the next competitor. We've talked about LooksRare in this video here. You can check that out right now. So yeah, just wanted to mention that big OpenSea attack that we saw over the weekend, something really big happening in the NFT space. So again, please protect your assets, always be wary of scammers and DMs in Discord, other potential phishing attacks, and be safe out there when we're investing in NFTs. All right, now that we've gone through the state of the NFT marketplace, it's time to talk a little bit more about how to actually invest in NFTs. Specifically, we're talking about red flags that you should absolutely avoid when you're picking your projects to jump into. So we've talked about this over and over again, but the NFT space is ripe for people looking to take your money. It's a brand new space with scammers, sleazy type of people just trying to make a quick buck. As friendly and open as the NFT community is, whether it's on Twitter or Discord, there are people out there looking to steal your money. These scammers are capitalizing on a lack of user education, a lack of infrastructure, and an overall just gold rush to grab as much Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever crypto you're using as possible. But lucky for you, that's why we're here, and that's why you need to be really paying attention to this video. Another thing to remember when you're investing in NFTs is that this space is fueled by FOMO, right? People are terrified of missing out on the next Bored Ape Yacht Club, the next CryptoPunk, or the next $1 million NFT, whatever it may be. People scramble to jump into a project that they're hearing some big buzz about, or they see it shoot up the NFT rankings, and I can tell you right now, that is the worst thing you could possibly do. You have to remember to be smart and patient. Kind of like poker, right? A professional poker player might only play 1 of 10 hands, but that one hand is their golden ticket. If it's not the right time to buy into a project, you have to let it pass. Whether it be price, timing, utility, buzz on Twitter or Discord, whatever it is. If it's not the right time, you need to learn to let it go. There will be more opportunities for you down the line. So there's been a lot of buzz in the NFT community right now about some projects that have recently dropped that were exhibiting red flags, and we're going to use some of those stories as examples as we go through each of the red flags that you need to keep an eye on. So the first and foremost, the number one red flag that I always look for is an undoxed founding team. For all you normies out there, undoxed means anonymous. You'll often find NFT founders on a project's website, in their Discord, on Twitter. Sometimes their real identities are revealed, so you can search them on Twitter, you can search them on LinkedIn, you can search them on Foundation, other platforms, and most likely the NFT project will give a little profile of them on their website. But it's really important that you do your own research as well. A public leadership team can really lend credibility to an NFT project, right? You can see what their past works have looked like, you can see what kind of accomplished artists they may have been, and it allows you to do a little bit more research of the background on these founding members. A public team also allows a project to leverage the founder's social status and networks, right? We talked about Gary Vee and VeeFriends before, right? If he was an anonymous founder, you would not be able to use the 3 million Twitter followers he has for promotion. Now, a public founding team also keeps them accountable. There's a much less chance of a public team walking away with your money, right? People know their name, they can hold them accountable. When you have an anonymous founding team, it's much likely you could walk into a rug pull or a scam. Let's talk about a recent rug pull that just happened with a project called Squiggles. All right, so let's take a little bit more, a deeper dive on the Squiggles NFT, right? So we can see here by their website, the Squiggles NFT collection, 5,000 NFTs. They're kind of cute, kind of cool. A little bit of a Doodles, Invisible Friends / Imaginary Ones crossover, right? And we can see there's Squiggle collection. Here's some other ones. Roadmap, Squiggle Society, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Join the community. And then we get to the team, right? So we have Arsalan, William Kaser, Scotty, all these people anonymous, right? We go to their Twitter. Account suspended, right? They're not even on Twitter anymore. This is because they kind of got caught in a scam, but we go to their Twitter here. Again, account suspended. You can't even see them anymore. So if we go to Cointelegraph, right, we have this article, Blockchain Community Busts Alleged 20 Million NFT Drop Scam Before Sale Completion. They're talking about Squiggles. So apparently, you can check out this article in the link to the video or in the video description. But there's a YouTuber called CoffeeZilla, and he's dedicated to busting NFT scams, right? So Squiggles, they found out that the anonymous team that we see on the website here, was just a front for a popular group of people who have done NFT scams before, right? So they go under the umbrella name NFT Factory LA, right? And these three guys have been behind several NFT scams. And they were, the night before, they were looking to get 20 million off the NFT drop, off the initial mint. And CoffeeZilla launched this 60-page report that just said that this is a total scam. They've done this before. They're going to be rug pulling you, blah, blah, blah. And they got their account suspended. Their NFT is off OpenSea. It's totally kibosh, gone, can't find it anymore. But that's what you guys got to be looking out for, right? There are projects like this launching every day, right? We're going to go over a couple more red flags that you need to be aware of, but the undoxed founding team just makes it much, much more likely that you're in a rug pull or that you're in a scam, right? If they're public, they can be accountable, you know who they are, you can see what their background looks like, you can talk to them on Twitter, you can communicate with them. Most likely they're doing Twitter Spaces, AMAs, they're going on Zooms, whatever it is. If you have an undoxed team, it's really hard to make sure that they're not scammers. So if we want to talk a little bit about a doxed team, right, what that looks like, if we can find founders that are real people, it always gives a little bit of credibility to the space, right? So if we look at Interfaces, another project that we've talked about before, you can check out that video here. We have by Anna Pashenko, who if we click on her Twitter, at least it's a real person. You can see their picture here. We can go to her foundation page, which shows a little bit of her previous art. She's got, specific followers. And you can even go on LinkedIn real quick. and we'll search. And here we go. She's got a full LinkedIn profile. She has experience in the background, over, looks like 15, 20 years of design, 3D designer, illustrator, all kinds of stuff. Worked for real companies in Germany. She looks like she's European, but again, this is a real company. It just provides much more accountability to them because we know who they are. We know who they are, and we know their background, right? Let's go back to interfaces. I think this is her husband. He's also worked at Pitch, which the girl Anna was at for too. We go to his Dribble. Here's all this other, design that he's done in the past, right? Pretty extensive background of design work, working on 3D illustration, stuff like that. Again, it just provides more credibility to the project. The second flag that you need to be looking out for is artificial hype. This is sometimes hard to detect as you're getting into the space or if you're a newer player in this industry, but you'll get better with it over time. So we talked about whitelisting in last week's video, which you can view on our page. But a red flag that always makes me a little worried is when they exchange whitelist spots for Discord invites. This always seems like a way to drum up artificial hype for a project, and it makes their Discord a breeding ground for bots. Fake Discord accounts, fake Twitter followers fill up the project's accounts, and it makes it impossible to determine who's real and who's fake. Then, if you're in that Discord, you're getting DMs for invites to other projects' Discords. You're getting all these scam bots, and it's just a terrible way to function as a project. And remember to never click a Discord DM because it's almost 100% likely to be a scam. We want to invest in projects that have real communities behind them, right? So when you're doing your research, take some time to really scroll through a project's Twitter and Discord, right? Look at the replies, look at who's interacting with them on Discord. We want to find real people who are passionate about a given project. We don't want bots and we don't want artificial hype. Finally, the last red flag is an unrealistic mint price. Like I said, NFTs are a gold rush. They're akin to the .com race in the 90s, right? People are rushing to the finish line, scammers specifically, to grab as much money as they can from unsuspecting, uneducated users and dash out the front door. They often create these skeleton projects with no backbone, no plans for utility, no plans to give back to the community. They're just there to make a quick cash grab. That isn't to say that all NFT mints with a high price are scams, but when they give a reasonable price for a reasonable entry point, it gives me a vote of confidence. Let's all remember that Bored Ape Yacht Club minted for 0.08 ETH and CryptoPunks was free. While a mint can provide a project with upfront funds, don't forget that the founders get paid on every secondary sales transaction. Every single one. So they're getting royalties on all secondary market sales, creating more funds for them to give back to the community, develop utility, do whatever they want with. So it's not like these projects don't have any money coming in once a project mints. An unrealistic mint price signals to me that the founders want upfront cash and are more likely to make off with it rather than invest it back into their community or develop utility. So like I said, there's been a bit of a buzz in the NFT community about some of these things that we're talking about, and when it comes to unrealistic mint price, we look only towards what's known as Pixelmon. So this is a metaverse game akin to some sort of Pokemon type style game where there's little creatures that live in a world and you can run around and trade them and capture them and things like that. So we look here, right, the floor price is 1.3. This project minted at a 3 Ethereum mint price, which is huge. 3 Ethereum, if we're looking today at the price, we're almost $10,000 right there, right? It's already more than halved, and they have not even revealed yet, right? So it's a very unrealistic mint price and very high entry point for most people who are trading. And then if we check out this article on Crypto Briefing, they made $70 million in sales from their initial mint, but this metaverse doesn't exist yet, right? They're promising a AAA level type of game. That means, a high-end developer type of game surrounding Pixelmon, surrounding this metaverse. But if we look through this article here, their Twitter account only launched 2 months ago. Their price is slashed 60% from the 0.3 ETH mint. Their roadmap is promising this fully developed metaverse experience, and it's not there yet, right? It's not even close to something like Decentraland or Sandbox. And right now, the only thing that NFT holders have to go off of are supposed screenshots from the game, right? They haven't released an alpha version. There's no proof of concept. And one of the red flags that we talked about earlier in this video is that their founding team is anonymous, which we don't like. So they've thrown up 2 of the red flags that we talked about in today's video. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Those are the 3 red flags that we look for when investing in NFTs. We gave you a couple examples, showed you what it looks like on the marketplace, what those NFT projects are looking like, and some of the ones that we are totally out on. So please don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications to see when we post new videos. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.